Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach. How's it going out there, guys? Got ourselves a little bit of a team update coming for you because I have made a few changes to the side and a couple as recent as tonight, actually, with a bit of news I saw about one of our star midfielders. It's a pretty popular pick. Really wanted to start him. I'm not sure if I can now, but I'll take a look at that in a moment. But yeah, how you guys been anyway? It's really starting to sneak up on us. I don't know. I don't know if this year is different, but it just feels like maybe it's opening round, starting a bit early. It's really creeping up on me very quickly, and we're just starting to get some pracky games rolling through. So you can't really make too many big calls at this stage with your side. It's a bit of gut feel, a bit of talk about where players are going to be. We'll really learn plenty over the next couple of weeks, and yeah, I wonder how much this side will change in a couple of weeks, but we'll wait and see. And Shorty got a new car over the weekend, drove up to Melbourne, bought myself a Ford Territory, so pretty keen about that. I didn't want to break the bank, so I'm not really one to buy an absolute brand new car for $35,000 or anything like that, but definitely needed an upgrade. So the TikTok videos, which I always film in the car, will look a little bit different now, so you'll have to check that out. But yeah, it drives pretty well. I really wanted a Territory. I wanted a bigger car. I was originally wanting a van because I wanted to have a bit of a coastal van set up in the back, but pretty hard to find. Certainly hard to find with good kilometres in Victoria. So yeah, I just went the Ford Territory because I can sort of still deck it out in the back a bit with a bit of a cheeky mattress and just be able to sleep down the coast and just have little day trips and stuff like that. Sunday afternoons, listen to Triple M, mate. You by the beach, listen to the waves. Listen to the sweet Triple M rub just previewing the games. I mean, that's a beautiful combination right there. But haven't decked it out yet. It's just an empty boot right now. But looking forward to doing that. So, yeah. Let's take a look at this team, shall we? Now, I've zoomed it right in just for a bit of a slow reveal. We'll start on the back line. And the back line's pretty straightforward. It's pretty basic. I had Sinclair in at D3 for much of the pre-season, but a bit of an injury niggle, concerns about round one. He's out. And to be honest, I really love Hayden Young anyway, so it was a pretty easy call as soon as there was any doubt about Sinclair. Dacos, lock and load him as far as I'm concerned, generational player. Tom Stewart, I was erring towards Stewart as opposed to Sicily anyway, and then the news of all the key defenders for Hawthorn really makes that pretty clear cut. Sicily will still score well, but there just might be more times now where he has to be a bit more locked down or a bit more key defender rather than just waltzing around doing whatever he wants, and that's when he scores his best points. So Zach Williams is everyone's team, so's Curtin. Haw's very popular, but the rest of these rookies, yeah, we'll wait and see. We'll find out, won't we? But at this stage, they're more or less placeholders. Now, this midfield is where some things have changed, and they'll change in a moment. Goulden, I mean, he's my old mate, but you got to start him. I'm not getting burnt by that one 2 years in a row. Tom Green, I think he'll win the Brownlow. I'm a huge fan of him. Now, Nick Martin, you'll see, is coming to the side. I originally had Jack Steele in there, and I don't know. I'll need to see it from Steele. I'm not sure. I just think St Kilda are going through some changes in that midfield, and I think they need a bit more speed on the footy. Steele, his body concerns me a bit. And I just wonder, sometimes in years gone by, I've got caught in the trap of looking in the rear vision mirror too often and looking at what guys have averaged and expecting them to get back to it. And then in hindsight, that was just their career best year or two. I'm just wondering if Steele has had his career best stuff and will never actually return to 115 plus. He'll still be good, 105, sort of 110 maybe. So you could certainly still pick him, don't get me wrong. But I'm just wondering, he's played a hard brand of footy his whole career. And I don't know, if he comes out and dominates in the pre-season, yeah, I'll be starting him. But Nick Martin rolling around a half-back flank, a beautiful ball user, a bloke who was tunning up anyway. And you know who you are out there, my subscriber mate who absolutely loves Hey Nicky. He'll be happy about this one. So yeah, I just wanted to chuck him in there. And look, it's pre-season. We can throw a few things around. Miller stays in there. Very happy with him. Ruben Jinby, I think I'm just, really tied at the hip with this fella. He's a bit like Wanganeen Miller last year. I talked him up all pre-season and pretty much felt obliged to start with him. So I think that's where we're at with Jinby. He's a beast of a man. He did get thrown around by Reed the other day, but I still really want to start him. Where things start to change up is with Sam Walsh, because I was just scrolling through Facebook, just having a chill time, and then this bobs up, which is not ideal. Half an hour ago, troublesome back has flared up again. That is not what we want to see. Modified program with the back soreness. That is not what we want to see at all. So I think he has to go. And it pains me, because he was one of the first picked players for me this year. I thought, the bloke's a star, stunning final series. He's never really had a great pre-season, at least not recently. And then he goes and flares the back up. So it's a heartbreaker. I'll tell you what I'm going to do in a moment, because it involves the forward line. And then, McKercher, Sanders, you got Clark, you got all those lads. I think it just, some pretty popular rookies there. And I've been set with this ruck combo for a while now. Gawn and Grundy. It's the tried and true. Just different sides for Grundy now. I'm really pleased with that. English has had a bit of an interrupted pre-season. I just think Gawn's going to dominate being the main guy. And Grundy's probably going to be one of the most popular selections at that price. And I could easily save 80k by dropping Conway down to a flexible player. But if he's named round one, particularly if he were to be the main guy, I doubt Stanley wouldn't be in the team. Like, I expect Conway to share the ruck at times. But if he is playing pracky games and he's the main guy in the ruck, doing 70-odd% of it and getting chopped out by Stanley or Shannon Neal, however they sort of look to do it, then Conway is an absolute steal at 180. So that's the way I'm seeing that. Now, the forward line, I dropped McRae because of his injury concerns. I haven't really been able to clarify that too much. I've heard that he's been a bit, was it a hamstring? I think it was a hammy. Yeah, sideline with a hammy. He should still be right for round one. He could be touch and go. I'm finding it hard to see him not being a top 6 forward, but do you want him coming in with an injury cloud? I don't know. He might find his way back into my team. At this stage, he's not in there. Dustin Martin, I think, will be rejuvenated under Adamuze. Pure mid. I just feel like in the forward line that we've got on offer at the moment, I've just got to. I can't resist. Flanders, super popular. Just on Martin, wait and see. I don't want to lock and load him, but I could easily just move him to McRae with a bit of shuffling. But at this stage, that's the way it's fallen. Fisher is in there, looking like a half-back role, which is pretty enticing. But we'll talk about Zachy Boy in a moment. And then, just rounding it out with some pretty popular selections. Most of our rookies are. There's not too many surprises, certainly at this stage. But just some of the big name draftees, and McRae was super impressive in the match sim the other day. So I am now going to discuss, though, with you what we're doing with Walshy, and it does involve Zach Fisher and Sam Walsh just freeing up some coin there for a little upgrade. So Sam Walsh sending shivers down my spine with those back spasms, so we're gonna get rid of him there. And probably of all players, like, this is the thing, I could easily drop Conway down because I want to upgrade Walsh to Butters or Davies Uniacke. I'm a big fan of those lads. So all I need is about 70-odd K. So you could do Conway. But let's get a little spicy, shall we? It's pre-season. Let's get a little bit inventive here. Now, don't yell at me too hard for this one. We're scrolling down now. I don't know what you're going to think of this one. It could be just a little bit too aggressive for you all out there. I don't know, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. Boom, Nat Fife. Am I crazy? Am I losing my mind? I can hear Langers yelling at me right now. And then, look, I love Davies Uniacke. I love Butters. Butters, he's more popular, but probably rightfully so. He's probably safer from a body point of view, and Porter win a lot more games and probably feel slightly safer with Butters. But Fife is probably the real question there, isn't he? What do you think of that one? Now, here's the side as an overall. And look, I don't know. You'd be a brave man to start Fifey, but honestly, if he is starting round one in that centre bounce off a full pre-season at 280k in a forward line where we can't find a bloody thing, I'm backing the Brownlow medalist in. You know, these stars know how to play. He doesn't even have to come out and average 100 like years gone by. All he needs to do is bust out 90. Hell, if he averages 85, it's not the worst. He's going to make money. The only question, and it's a huge question mark, is his body. And yeah, he may break down, but anything can go wrong with anyone. It is all about weighing up the risk versus reward. And at this stage, if he's flying, I'm on board. I'm on board. You know, the way medical teams work these days, you can see guys who are a bit older and we thought were past it return to their best form. I mean, look at Tex Walker, look at Travis Boak. Not all of them had an injury history like Fifey, but if he makes a comeback to his best form, you don't want to be without him. And that's the way I've got it rolling at the moment. That's the side. So we've probably got 3 primos, hopefully down back, 5 hopefully in the midfield, 2 you'd want to hope so in the ruck, and certainly 2 in the forward line. You never know with a couple of those other guys. So yeah, pretty happy with that at the moment. I think the structure's solid, but yeah, would always be open to your feedback and love to hear what you're thinking out there. But for now, that's all I got for you. So have a good week. I'll be back soon. Cheers.